dilate in vasacovaginal fistula or during the pelvic surgery?
This vesicovaginal fistula can be near the right ureteric orifice, so it can cause scarring there and can cause hydronephrosis.
Correct. Or the edema of the surrounding
mucosa.
Also lead to this. Second thing is, it can be a complex uretrovesicovaginal fistula. Correct. Or there can be independently some narrowing of the ureter during the surgery along with vesicovaginal fistula. Right. So these are the possibilities. 3 possibilities. You must keep it in mind.
Or other thing is, if you have not seen the ureteric fistula, it can be a pre-existing ureteric pathology which was not diagnosed preoperatively. That is also a possibility.
That is also. Yes. Which was missed earlier.
Yeah.
Fine. So next, Jay, what do you want to do now?
Now I want to do the examination under anesthesia with a cystoscopy and cystogram.
Cystogram, you want to do cystogram? Why?
RGU, sir. Retrogram.
Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
RGP. Yes.
RGP बोलना है उसको.
These are not very good films. Bhai, दिखाओ ना.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So can you see?
Yes, visual sign.
Yeah. Show the next one. The next one after that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Now you describe.
There is a supratrigonal fistula is seen, and the near the right side ureteric orifice, but surrounding mucosa is somewhat healthy. It is not red or angry looking.
There is a classical way of description of cystoscopy.
Yeah.
Why you are doing cystoscopy? I already told.
Yes.
Site of the fistula, size of the fistula,
size of the
number of the fistula, closeness to the ureteric
closeness,
surrounding mucosa, well-formed osteoma fistula is there or not? Is it a mature fistula or is it immature fistula? ये one go में बोलना है.
Yes.
Is CT IVP, if it is normal, if IVP also conventional IVP, if you have done it is normal, and if you are still suspecting highly uretrovaginal fistula, then only there is a roll up or retrograde pyelography. So here in cystoscopy, you should explain after seeing these 2 pictures. This is the one fistula which is इतना सेंटीमीटर ureteric opening से दूर है, इतने साइज का है, इतने नंबर है, 1 है, 2 है, और सब चीजें वन गो में बोलना है. अगर नहीं है तो उसको पूछना है कि भाई तुम फाइंडिंग बता दो.
Yeah.
देखो ये DNB एग्जाम इज द वर्स्ट एग्जाम. तो उसके लिए यू शुड बी वेरी बहुत पढ़ाई करना पड़ता. इजीली मेरे टाइम पे इजीली कोई पास नहीं करता था. अभी तो कंपैरेटिवली थोड़ा सा अच्छे रिजल्ट्स लग रहे हैं.
Kaushal, can you just go ahead? Can you describe?
Yes, sir. There is a single fistulous opening just above the trigone, 1 to 2 centimeters from the right ureteric orifice. Surrounding area is not looking edematous or no inflammation is seen. And
so it's a single fistula, and what is the size of this fistula?
Size appears around 5 to 5 mm, sir.
5 mm.
Not
clearly appreciable, sir. Yeah.
Ureteric catheter.
बाजू में ureteric catheter और ureteric opening दिख रही है, तो उससे कंपेयर करो. Ureteric catheter 5-6 French का है, और वो उसके बाजू का opening fistula का उससे थोड़ा बड़ा दिख रहा है. अप्रोक्सीमेटली उसके हिसाब से बताओ ना.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is approximately 1 centimeter.
Okay.
Then what about the margin?
Yes, size.
Sir, 1 centimeter. They told.
Nee, this is smaller. See, if you call it 1 centimeter, it should be of 30 French size.
Yes, sir.
The ureteric catheter that you are seeing is a 6 French catheter.
Less than 5 mm it appears. Yeah.
It appears to be at the most 5 mm fistula. At the most.
Yes,
This. If it is a 30 French, if it is a 1 centimeter fistula, you should be able to put in a cystoscope through the fistula into the vagina.
Yes,
from bladder.
Yeah, when we distended this bladder little, we were
spread up.
Yeah,
the side will be, size
because
will
it
be
is
more.
appearing like, okay, always it appears a little smaller. No problem. Okay. What else? What about the margin? Whether it is matured, it is on the right side or it is on the left side. It is matured. It is not matured.
It's matured, sir. Matured margins.
Yes. And then is that surrounding fibrosis? Is there any surrounding inflammation?
No inflammation, sir.
Inflammation is not seen.
Fibrosis cannot be committed.
Fine. So now next what?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Localized bullous edema without distinct ostia is a definition of immature fistula.
Okay, sir.
And mature fistula is distinct ostia with smooth margin.
Okay, sir.
Without surrounding mucosal edema or inflammation. It is a mature phase.
Yes, sir.
तुमको अगर एग्जाम में ऐसा भी बोल सकते कि सर it is a mature fistula of size approximately 8 millimeters. Let examiner ask you what is in the mature. Examiner.
So in this film, what you can see?
You should guide the examiner. Examiner should not. Okay, go ahead.
So what you are able to see in this?
Yeah, in this film, fistulous opening appears to be around 1 centimeter in size. There is no bullous edema around the fistulous margin, and it appears a mature tract.
Can you see something inside?
Thread is there, sir? I don't know.
Suture
material is there. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So suppose you are called by a gynecologist that per-operatively she feels or he feels that he has injured ureter. Now what will do?
Intraoperative they call, sir, will do cystoscopy and RGP, and if possible we'll put a DG stent over guide wire.
So first what will you do?
First we'll,
they are not saying that it is definitely.
Yeah, we will confirm we have to do cystoscopy and RGP and confirm that there is a leak of dye.
Before that, you like to do something else?
We'll distend the bladder and see, means if there is a leak from the bladder also.
So for a bladder, you will distend the bladder and see whether there is any leakage.
Yes, sir. And then we'll see ureter. Yeah.
Okay. For ureter, what else you can do?
If the CM facility is not available, then simply diluted betadine can be instilled into the ureter and the leakage site can be identified. Betadine or methylene blue in the RGP.
No.
Yes, Kaushal.
Yes, sir. If CM is not available, what is the question?
No, what we'll do once you are called.
Yes, sir.
Surgery, the gynecologist is telling you that I think it was a little difficult surgery, and I just want to confirm that I have not had any.
And then yes, sir. And we can inspect the ureter from abdomen also, sir. Peristalsis of ureter, and there is any leak of urine in the operative field.
So first, what you will do, you can ask the anesthetist to give Lasix.
Yeah.
But if they have ligated it, there may not be any spillage.
Yes, sir.
So then, still you want to confirm, it will be sometimes very difficult to do the dissection because they have done the hysterectomy and lots of ligatures. Okay, so to go to retroperitoneum and see the peristalsis may be sometimes little difficult. But that also you can do during operation. And the last thing is, as you said very rightly,
Yes,
you put stethoscope, you can put glide wire on both the sides and put a ureteric catheter on that and go up to 20 centimeter to 25 centimeter and see, remove the guide wire and see whether urine flow is proper or not. Even if there is no CM, you know you are probably inside the upper ureter or in the pelvis. And if the urine comes clearly, that means you are in a system properly.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
This is when there are no CM. If there is CM, you can do RGP also. Dr. Mulakar, you want to add something with your experience?
No, actually I got some phone call and I got distracted. So let us continue.
Okay.
If you called intraoperatively by a gynecologist, as your responsibility to assess ureter as well as bladder. Because until and otherwise he or he has a suspicion of injury to either of the things, they may not call. Correct?
Yes, sir.
When we enter there, first already abdomen is open. When we entered inside the operation theater, just see is there any pelvic filling. It may be bloody, it may be serous. Bleeding है आजू बाजू में तो रहेगा, लेकिन persistently वो suction करने के बाद फिर आते रहेगा. That is one of the indirect evidence कि कहाँ से तो पानी आ रहा है. ठीक है, वो अगर वैसा नहीं है तो what is another way? Make the periorbital catheter already उन्होंने डाला है, make the bladder full by irrigation. उसको तो श्याम नहीं लगता. जहाँ से होल हो गया होगा वो पानी कहीं से तो बाहर आएगा.
Yes.
उससे भी नहीं समझ रहा है. Fill the bladder with methylene blue.
Methylene blue. Yeah.
Methylene blue तो blue कहीं ना कहीं से तो दिखेगा. ये दोनों टेस्ट, तीनों टेस्ट जब निगेटिव रहेंगे तो there are chances of having a bladder injury is very less. अभी रहेगा सवाल यूरेटर. तो यूरेटर तुमको आइडेंटिफाई करना है at the level of iliac cross. See for the peristalsis. How much ureter they have dissected? Up to what level? Is there any ligature seen along the line of ureter? Is there any distension of ureter in the proximally or near the iliac vessel? If there is a ligature, then again treatment you have to decide intraoperatively. If it is complete ligature, then duration of the ligature. How much is the duration of ligature? After cutting the ligature, immediate cutting of the ligature, is there any black ring around the ureter? If it is a black ring around the ureter, then the chances of having a necrosis in future is more. This is a practical thing. Okay, and if you have doubt, just open the ureter anywhere on 1 millimeter. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. Place the digestion in spite of doing a cystotomy. You will be secured legally as well as practically also.
Fine. Okay, very good. Okay. So now next what? Kaushal, now what?
Yes, sir.
You will like to keep the ureteric catheter and go ahead with the surgery, or you want to plan out later on?
RGP films are there, sir? Is the RGP done?
Suppose I am asking you one question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is RGP. This is on the left side.
There is no leaks in, no?
No.
No leak.
On the right hand side. Okay. Suppose after 7 days there is a leakage and you are called.
Yes, sir.
What you will do?
Up to 1 week we can do the laparotomy and exploration and subsequent management as well accordingly.
देखो, timing of fistula, again a very controversial and debated topic. Correct? As far as the commonly accepted timing all over the world and through the literature is golden period of first 72 hours or after 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, as per the etiology and condition of the patient. So it is within the 72 hours after the 3 months. Okay. In between, there are few literature suggestive of creating the fistula in between the 72 hours to 3 months at the 2 week, 10 week, 1 month. Success, few paper again having success rate of equivalent success rate after 3 months. But practically speaking, this particular window period between the 72 hours to 3 months is very dicey and chances of having a failure is more. That's why conventionally also we used to wait till the 3 months. This rule is applicable only for the vesicovaginal fistula. If it is a ureterovaginal fistula, whenever you diagnose, you have to go in and treat.
Correct. So now what is the indication of PCN?
Sir, bilateral PCN, sir, we can put in a patient who are not fit for surgery and malignant patient with malignancy and patient with complications of a urine leak, that is excoriation and skin changes.
No, we are talking about the fistula. That is ureterovaginal fistula or vesicovaginal fistula or injury. We are not talking about malignancies and other things. In cases like this, what is the role of? So one is, you are right, that you can do if the patient has got lots of excoriation and you are going to wait for another 1.5 to 2 months, then yes, there are chances that you may put bilateral PCN so that patient remains dry. Yes, that is one indication. Correct. In vesicovaginal fistula. What about
whatever Kaushal you are telling, that is also the indication of bilateral PCN in the fistula. Poor nutritional status, limited lifespan, malignant exuberating malignancy involving all the surrounding structures. That is, it is not curable by any means. In such situation, there is a role of palliative as well as therapeutic bilateral PCN.
In case of ureterovaginal fistula, and we are not planning the definitive surgery, or we want to go for conservative management.
Dear doctor, ureterovaginal fistula should be treated.
If the
what is the
not going?
What are
the classical guideline as well as teaching is go for one try of digesting. If it fails, explore it and treat it. Then what is the success rate of digesting in ureterovaginal fistula? वो अलग बात, लेकिन गाइडलाइंस क्या बोलती है? एक सिंगल ट्राई करो, रेजिस्टेंट डालने का कोशिश करो, गया तो ठीक है, नहीं गया तो एक्सप्लोर करो. लेकिन ये कब करना है? अगर 1 महीने के बाद में रेजिस्टेंट डाल के हील होने वाला है क्या? Whenever there is a epithelialized tract developed already between the urethra and vagina, then there is a very less chance of having a success with digestant. In such situation, you have to go ahead and treat it. डिजेस्टेंट का रोल कब है? अर्ली पीरियड में तुमको डायग्नोसिस हुआ है तो डिजेस्टेंट डाल के हील हो जाएगा, ऐसा एक्सपेक्ट करके डिजेस्टेंट डालना है. कंसेप्ट, योर कंसेप्ट शुड बी वेरी क्लियर, उसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं रहना.
So Kaushal, what is an indication for nephrostomy in ureteric injury?
When there is an extensive injury or ureteric avulsion, and we are planning repair in the latter, means after 2-3 months, that time we can put a PCN.
Okay, that is one. Second,
any other indication?
Sepsis or uremia is there.
Very good. Sepsis and uremia.
So in some cases, it happens that bilateral ligation of the ureter is done. By the time you go there, either patient is in septicemia or is in shock, and there is a hydronephrosis, mild fullness is there, and creatinine is very high. You cannot immediately go inside.
Yes, sir.
These are the cases where you make PCN, settle, let the patient get stabilized and go ahead.
Agreed.
Good. Very good. Yeah, Dr. Gita sir, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, whatever you are telling is these are some special situations where the bilateral fission can be done, should be done. मेरे हिसाब से तो जैसा कि bilateral ureteric ligation already you explored, already you told. Patient some local collection, abdominal biopure, localized pus around the ureteric fistula site. In such situation, we have to divert urine, wait till resolve this condition, particular condition, and go ahead. That is exactly correct. What you are telling is right. Accepted.
Right. Good. So now in this case, what do you want to do? Kaushal, patient has come after 40 days to us. Now, what you will do? Tell us.
I would like to wait for further 2 more months.
Yeah, first of all, what you will do? Patient is agitated. Patient is angry.
Yes, sir. I will counsel her that it will take long time for the management.
What we will do? You will like to protect your colleague or not?
Yes, sir. I will explain her what has happened and how we can treat it.
How will you explain her what has happened? What will you tell? Please tell me your exact words. Please tell me your exact words.
So, this is very important.
Yes, sir.
Because all of us will agree on this point that how you counsel the patient. The most important thing is that you have to protect your colleague. And how will you do it?
Yes, sir. We will tell that bladder and uterus are very close in the pelvis. So in any surgery of the pelvis, there is a chance of injury to the surrounding structures. So that is accepted complication and it has got treatment. So, but it takes some time. So it will be treated. And it is not the mistake of anybody.
No. There is no need to say that it's not a mistake of anybody. And you also tell them that we do get such patients very frequently and we treat them. I'll assure you that you will be all right. उसको एक समाधान दे दो कि भैया तेरा काम अच्छा होने वाला है. चिंता मत कर, सिर्फ टाइम लगेगा. बाद में बोलने का हो जाएगा बढ़िया, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. ठीक है? चलो.
Fine. And so you will explain the patient that you like to wait for some time to give you the best of the result. You know, sometimes you have to explain them when the ground is not firm, you cannot build the house. So you have to wait. Like that, you can explain them that stitches may not take place and it may give way. There will be failure. So we like to wait for some time. So ideal time is 3 months. 40 days are over. We like to wait for another 3 to 4 weeks and we'll go ahead. So what are the different surgeries for this?
Yes, sir. Transabdominal, transvaginal and transvesical. 3 ways we can repair the fistula, sir. Vesical fistula.
What will you do?
Yeah.
I will like to do transabdominal, sir.
When you will do transvaginal?
Yes, sir. When fistula is low-lying fistula without any complications, I mean single fistula, and it has an oblique tract.
Oblique tract का क्या संगम?
Vagina is roomy and spacious vagina is available, and we can easily reach to the fistula by the vaginal route. Is also we have to see. And
now, just to tell you all, Shomora always used to do any fistula transvaginal.
If I say that I want to do fistula vaginally, what are your objections? I want to do this transvaginal repair. What are your objections? Will you allow me to do it
this
or not?
No, sir. This patient is a young patient, sexually active patient.
Okay.
And it is quite large fistula.
Nearness to ureteric orifice.
More than 1 centimeter. Yeah.
Nearness to
yes, sir.
ureteric orifice, it may need a ureteric reimplantation or it may causes injury to the ureter during the repair. That is in this case.
You will not allow me to do a ureteric transvaginal repair of this fistula.
If somebody is expert in doing, can do, sir.
Yeah.
There is no contraindication for doing the
There is no contraindication for doing a vaginal repair in this patient, provided an
near ureteric orifice is not a contraindication. Yeah.
Provided an expert is doing it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the bottom line conclusion of all the current literature related to the vesico-vaginal fistula, including my own paper. If you have experience of doing surgery with that particular type of surgery, you can do any damn fistula by open surgery, abdominal or vaginal. Still, there is some specific indication. तो क्या स्पेसिफिक इंडिकेशन है? कॉम्प्लेक्स फिस्टुला, ग्रेटर abdominal जाना, ureter associated ureteric injury, abdominal जाना, ब्लैडर नेक इन्वॉल्व है, abdominal जाना, सुप्राट्राइगोनल डोम के पास है, abdominal जाना है, तुमको वजाना का एक्सपीरियंस, वजानल रूट का एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, abdominal जाना, लेकिन प्रशांत मुड़ाकर सर तो पूरा हर फिस्टुला वजानल रूट से करना चाहते तो ये कोई गलत नहीं है. That is correct. If he had experience of doing all type of fistula using the vaginal route, then that is the type of surgery should be depend upon the expertise of the surgeon. That's all. तो ये all current literature यही है. तुम एक बार रिव्यू करो लिटरेचर. इंडिकेशन अगर पर्टिकुलरली एग्जामिनर ने पूछा कि भाई इसमें क्या करेंगे, तो तुम जो बोल रहे हो करेक्ट बोला है तुम. ओपन ट्रांस एब्डोमिनल ओ कॉर्नर रिपेयर, आई विल डू दैट वन. व्हाट आर द अदर्स वे? फिर ओपन ट्रांस एब्डोमिनल, ट्रांस वेसिकल, ट्रांस वजाइनल, लैप्रोस्कोपिक, रोबोटिक, ये 1000 टाइप. जिसको जो करना है, जिसमें जो एक्सपर्ट है उसने वो करना है.
Fine. So Jai, what you will like to... Kaushal has said you can do transvaginal, you can do transvesical, and you can do transabdominal. What is your choice?
Transabdominal open technique.
Okay, so how will you do it?
First of all, under general anesthesia and with a low lithotomy position and vaginal access in the sterile field, I will put the lower midline incision, and then during the operation.
No, 1 minute.
Also, we should.
Will you like to do cystoscopy and put the ureteric catheter before your surgery?
Yes. We should first do the cystoscopy and ureteric catheter should be kept because of the nearness, and then we should start.
What are the principles of vesico-vaginal fistula repair?
The vesico-vaginal fistula repair, there should be proper exposure, mobilization, no ischemia, and repair should be watertight, tension-free, and tension-free, and
muscularized pedicle should be kept in between.
Suture line, overlapping suture line should not be there, and post-operative continuous bladder drainage and liberal use of anticholinergics.
So, Kaushal, you want to add anything?
No, sir. It should be multilayer closure, and there should be a vascularized means if you are using flap, it should be vascularized flap in between the two structures.
Just call it vascularized interposition.
Interposition, yes.
हाँ, जो डालने वो डालते बैठो.
तो क्या डाल सकते हैं कौशल, बोलो.
We can use omentum, we can use peritoneum, and then appendix epiploicy, or some muscle gracilis or muscle can be used.
Vaginal route, there is a Martius flap is there.
Correct.
Fine. So, okay, now, Jai, you are talking. How will you do? So, first of all, what position you will give?
First of all, the low lithotomy position and do the cystoscopy and put the ureteric catheter, and then low lithotomy position.
So
And
then
then
low lithotomy.
For the sake of cystoscopy, and
so you want to do pre-surgery scope.
Pre-surgery
Okay.
cystoscopy. Yes.
So what you want to do, what you want to assess by doing a pre-surgery scopy? Because that you are right. So you can do scopy and examination and anesthesia separately, or you can do as a part of main surgery, pre-surgery part. वैसा भी कर सकते हैं. तो जो पहले जो स्कोपी का डिस्क्रिप्शन था वही यहीं पे डिस्कशन में आएगा. तो स्कोपी में तुम कौन सा पोजीशन देंगे, क्या स्कोपी करेंगे, क्या देखेंगे, वो तो ऑलरेडी डिस्कस हो चुका है. स्कोपी कर दिया तुमने, विजुअल आज जो दिखाया सर ने वही है, तो आगे क्या करेंगे बताओ.
Yes.
I will tell you that in this case we had already done the scopy and we had put the DJ stent. Okay.
The DJ stent.
But the same thing you can do during the surgery.
And also
first film देखो position का. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So next, now what we'll do? Which incision you will take?
Lower midline incision with a extraperitoneal approach.
Why midline incision? Why not phalangeal incision?
Lower midline incision we will give the better exposure of this.
Only that much?
In case we need some flap, momentum flap, we can take.
Momentum flap, yes. We can use it.
So you are going extraperitoneal or transperitoneal?
Transperitoneal, sir.
तो extraperitoneal कौन बोला फिर?
It is transperitoneal. But why? You can get a momentum also, even if it is a lower incision. Why you want to take a midline incision?
If there is a struggle doing the surgery, we can extend the incision. Midline incision.
Okay, this is one reason. Second, what about momentum? If the momentum is short, then
we can.
Midline incision will help to reach up to the momentum and easily mobilization of the momentum.
From where?
Momentum is from the.
What are the chances of short momentum? How many
30% cases. 30% cases it is short. 30% cases.
So what we will do in that case?
We can use gastroepiploic artery pedicle to take a long length of momentum.
Mobilize the momentum from the greater curvature of stomach on the whatever the left gastroepiploic artery as a pedicle to reach up to the pelvis. If it is not reaching normally to the pelvis. If you have any other option nearby, appendicular epiploic peritoneum nearby कुछ surrounding fat है, वो अगर available है तो वो भी use कर सकते हैं. लेकिन other option नहीं है तो momentum को mobilize करने के लिए proximal access रहना जरूरी है. That's why so phalangeal incision cannot be extended superiorly. Can be extended as a hockey stick laterally, but not superiorly. So that's why the midline incision is preferred in open surgery. Any other things, Gaurang sir, follow up?
नहीं बराबर बोला. एक तो good exposure. If you want, then you can extend the incision. And second is this is the most important thing, because 30% cases there are chances that momentum may be short. But I think most of the time we are lucky enough, because whenever this
usually मिलता है sir.
Because momentum also likes to go there, na.
Yes, policeman.
Usually I think till now I have not done anything. मुलावकर जी आपने कभी किया है ऐसा?
नहीं सर, मैं वजाइनल रिपेयर ही करता हूँ. इवन कॉम्प्लेक्स फिस्टुला में वजाइनल रिपेयर करता हूँ. उसमें ग्रासिलिस डालता हूँ.
Fantastic. Then at the end you just tell us the steps of your surgery. Okay, next. So after that, midline incision you will take. Jai, go ahead.
Okay. Suppose
Sir,
there is ureteric.
Wanted to say something.
Yeah, ureteric involvement in the vaginal fistula. Still, you are going with vaginal route only, or you will go by?
No. In that case, I will do a abdominal repair.
For complex fistula, you are going abdominal.
Complex मतलब बड़े-बड़े जो फिस्टुला रहते हैं, ट्राइगोन आधा इन्वॉल्व है. यूरेटर जब यूरेटर अगर स्पेयर है, तो मैं उसको vaginally करता हूँ.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good.
And for that matter, even if a patient has nulliparous करने का मतलब if the patient has not delivered vaginally, उसका vagina भी छोटा रहता है, तो उसका भी मैं कर देता हूँ.
Agreed. That is the part of the training, and you are expert in that. So
yes.
No issue in that.
Correct. Okay, so Jai, go ahead. Midline incision you're taken. What about the catheter? You will put a catheter or not?
Put the perurethral catheter. 16 French PUC, and also we should put the catheter
PUC
through the.
You will PUC. You will put now.
No, at the end of the cystoscopy.
No, but we are going ahead with the surgery, so you will catheterize the patient, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so you will put a 16 French police catheter and you keep it sterile.
Yes, we should keep the vaginal access in the sterile field.
What is the advantage of this position? Why not just supine position?
Whenever
number one, you can do cystoscopy, correct?
Yes.
Number
yes. And also for the better exposure, we can put the vaginal sponge and elevate that, so we can get the better exposure from the abdomen.
Fine. And third? Third, the assistant can stand between the two legs,
yes,
and it becomes very to assist. Okay?
Yes.
So these are the advantages. Fine. So now you have taken the incision and you are going inside. Next, what?
And then put the vertical cystostomy extended up to the fistula.
First, you like to mobilize the bladder or not? You will remove the adhesion.
Of Reg-GS, elevate the peritoneum of the bladder and mobilize the bladder, and then put the vertical cystotomy and extending up to the fistula, and bivalving of the bladder should be done up to the fistula tract, and then mobilize the bladder of the vagina, and also we should mobilize the bladder caudal to the fistula tract. Approximately 1.5 to 2 centimeter all around the fistula. We should mobilize both flaps of the bladder and vagina.
Then?
And then close the vaginal vault in the single layer, and a bladder in the.
Close it with what?
Yes.
Which suture material?
We use a Vicryl 220.
Interrupted continuous.
Continuous layer we waiting. Vaginal vault is closed transversely, and vesical closure is done vertically in the two layer.
Usually we take interrupted, because if you take continuous, there are chances of again ischemia. Okay. And it can also cause necrosis.
So while describing the O corner repair, your steps should be very clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First is cystotomy. Cystotomy. What is the limit or extent of cystotomy? What is the modified O corner repair? What is the repair described by Dr. Dalela? ये चीजें एग्जाम में पूछे जाएंगे. ये डिस्क्राइब्ड है बुक में दिए वाला है. The cystotomy, conventional bivalving of bladder is the cystotomy involving the superior surface of the bladder, then the posterior surface of the bladder, reaching up to the fistula. That is the classical bivalving, except superiorly distal near to the bladder ने का area छोड़ के पूरा खोल देते. That is classical bivalving of bladder. Cystotomy करने के बाद में you have to take a mirror image stay suture, which will help in giving the traction and opening the bladder and maintaining the hemostasis. You have to cut the bladder in the direction towards the fistula and enter inside the fistula. Next question will come to you. Is it necessary to excise the tract or not necessary to excise the tract? And when it is necessary to excise the tract? These are the things. If it is if you are, there are two theories, or it is again debatable. Few people will say if that particular tract is a fibrotic tract, that will help in holding the suture. Okay, so there, and if you excise the tract, it will increase the size of the fistula. These are the reasons given for not excising the tract. Okay, then another question will come: is it necessary to do a biopsy of that tract? What are the indication of the biopsy of that particular tract? If you are suspecting a malignant fistula, or if the fistula is formed secondary to a hysterectomy done for malignancy, in such situation, we have to go for biopsy of that particular tract. In the chat box, someone has asked, is there is a role of omentum will help or not? Definitely, omentum will help. If you are dissected fistula all around, approximately 1 to 1.5 centimeter distal to the fistula, so in between the bladder and the vaginal wall, if you are dissected, and if you are stuck, place the omentum there and stuck with the suture of Vicryl, it will not go. I have done a recurrent fistula, complicated 2-3 times. The omentum will not leave from that place without taking a suture also. But usually we will take the suture and we will fix the omentum in between the bladder and the superior surface of vagina. You have to dissect 1 to 1.5 centimeter area so that it will not come out. So ये all चीजें तुमको पता रहना जरूरी.
Fine. Okay. So just show the Prashant, show the next. Can you see between the two sutures gone right up to the fistula? Next. So I'll tell you the steps, what we have done as midline incision. Then we go inside, mobilize the bladder superiorly and to some extent laterally. Whatever adhesions are there, usually the ovaries are left behind. So they get stuck to the scar. You have to separate it. You have to take care that intestine is not injured and the rectum is not injured. Keep on putting sponge inside the vagina and elevate it and see where it is coming. Once you are sure that there are no other adhesions from abdomen, then you take 2 stay sutures. Okay? And between that, you bivalve the bladder, go right up to the fistula. So once you open up the fistula, what we do is separate vagina and fistula by making an incision between them and separate it all around. It is very difficult to go more than half a centimeter to 1 centimeter distally. Laterally, you may be able to go 1 centimeter. In this case, there was a right ureter which came as soon as we went up to 1 centimeter. So we separated the ureter because the stent was already inside. Okay. So we did not have any problem. Here you are not able to see very clearly, but see, can you see? There is a ureter. See, can you see? There is a ureter very near. So now, after that, what we do is with 2-0. Okay, we take 3 stitches or 4 stitches on the vaginal opening and we keep both the thread very long. After that, we start suturing the bladder, usually with 40 or 30, and these knots are kept inside the bladder, initially 3, 4. The reason is what they say, if it is outside, there are some theory that it may cause pressure necrosis, and inside, after some time, when it gets absorbed, the knots can be passed in the urine. Okay, but its choice is yours, whatever you want to do. After taking 2, 3, 4 stitches, we take omentum. So we have already kept 3 or 4 long stitches of vagina. So we pass it through the tip of the omentum and then just push that omentum between the bladder and vagina. So these stitches will hold it properly over there. And then you start suturing bladder. After some time, we can take 30 or 20 and we can do a continuous suturing. Before finishing this, we like to put a suprapubic. So Jai, you will put a suprapubic from the common this suture line, or you'll make it a separately?
Separate separate incision we should get always.
Okay. So that is what we do. Earlier, what I used to do was that per urethral catheter, put a thread through its eye and pull it up so that the balloon is not resting and the tip is not resting on the suture line. But now we are not doing it. We keep the per urethral catheter and we keep the suprapubic. Will you like to put a drain? Jai?
Yes.
Okay, what type of drain you'll put?
Tube drain.
Which size and where?
20 French posterior to around the suture line. We put the drain of 20 French tube drain.
Okay. Kaushal, anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. So you'll keep the drain. Now you have sutured everything and you close. What is the post-op management?
Post-operatively, catheter should be kept for at least for 14 days. Liberal use of anticholinergic.
When will you mobilize the patient?
Yes, mobilize the patient or not just
per vaginal you have put something, you will like to put some support or some antibiotic. Betadine.
Betadine support. Yeah.
So you keep it. When will you remove it?
On the
next morning. Yeah.
Next morning.
Okay.
Vaginal
now when you will remove the drain?
When drain output is less than 50 ml, we'll remove the drain.
On the second day, it is less than 50 ml.
We'll wait at least 4 days.
So see properly, na? Yes. Why you want to wait for 4-5 days at least? One more thing I will like to tell you that after we have finished the suturing of the bladder, we put the methylene blue, inflate it to 200 to 250 cc and see whether there is any leakage or not. That is always fine. Okay, so you'll remove the drain. Minimum you'll keep it for 4 to 5 days, and if it is less than 50 ml, then you'll remove it. When you'll remove the per urethral and when you'll remove the suprapubic. What is your hospital, your institute protocol?
Per urethral catheter we keep for 3 weeks, sir. And
okay.
SPC will be removed after 7 days after the removal of per urethral catheter. If patient is passing urine and there is no leak.
Okay. So what we do normally is that after 18-19 days, we remove per urethral catheter because the chances of leakage taking place is in the second week. Yes. If the second week is over, that means most of the time the fistula has been healed. And there are least chances that there will be recurrence of vesicovaginal fistula. So what we do is we remove on 19th or 20th day. Keep up to 21 days suprapubic, then clamp it. If the patient is passing urine well, there is no problem. Then after 2 days, we remove suprapubic also. So Gita sir, anything else you want to talk about this?
No, sir, it's okay. Placing the suprapubic catheter is again a debatable. Few people will place, few people will not. At our institute, we usually place the suprapubic catheter to avoid the mishap. Sometimes it will, some sister will come, she will remove the catheter. Sometimes some bulb will rupture, catheter will come out, catheter will be blocked. ये सब प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना बोल के हम एसपीसी करते हैं, लेकिन एसपीसी मैंडेटरी नहीं. One thing.
Correct.
Another thing is PUC is to be placed minimum for 2 weeks. 3 weeks if he has told in exam, there is no any wrong thing. What we follow is we will remove the parietal catheter at the end of 2 weeks. Then we will call the patient back after the 4 weeks from the surgery. We will do one cystogram. If there is no, then we will clamp the STC till time STC is open and ask the patient to pass the urine. We will reassess post-void residue and clinical exam, clinical symptomatology, and remove the STC. This is over conservative approach, not necessary to be done in each and every instance.
Okay. Fine. Okay, just Prashant, show the next slide. See, you can see here we have separated. Yeah, we have separated both the things, vagina and yeah. Next, Prashant.
Yes.
You can see the DJ stand inside. You can see, just show them. There is a hole below. So we have sutured it. Next.
Take a minute.
क्या हो गया भाई, नीचे लेके जाना. Yes. Then next, show the next one. See, it has been bivalved and you can see the fistula. Okay. Just keep on clicking. Nah? Next.
Yes, sir. Take a minute.
It's
Yes,
last
sir.
week.
It is last.
Okay. Prashant bhai Mulawkar, आप क्या करते हैं आप per vaginal? Can you just tell them?
Yes, I'll describe my procedure.
Yeah, please.
We usually do this in a lithotomy position, although I have done VVF in prone position also. In the lithotomy position, what we do a preliminary cystoscopy and we put 2 ureteric catheters in both the ureters. The colors of the ureteric catheters are different. That means I will put a yellow catheter on right side, blue catheter on left side, because in the fistula side, you are not able to identify which ureter you have injured in case you injure it, although it has not happened in my practice. Then we put a Foley's catheter through the fistula, bring it in the bladder and then inflate. And with this help of this Foley's catheter through the fistula, we pull the fistula down and encircle the fistula with a 12-number blade. 12-number blade is also called as a tonsil blade. With the 12-number blade, we circumcise the fistula and excise just a minimum of the fistula, and you develop a plane between bladder as well as vagina. Once you have developed a plane between bladder and vagina, you close the bladder. Once you have closed the bladder, we interpose this with mostly a Martius flap. But if the fistula is very big or if the repair is a recurrent repair, then we also put a gracilis muscle. So if you want, next time I have a recorded video of 8 to 10 minutes, edited video that I can show you.
Better.
Or we can put it on our group also. No problem. Okay. Yeah. Then after that you put the methylene blue and check it.
Yeah, we put a methylene blue and check it. And then we close the vagina. Usually with this operation, there is some shortening of the vagina. So it is usually not to be done in a patient who are sexually active, but the population that we serve here, the ladies are not that much sexually active in that age group whenever they undergo hysterectomy. So our patients do accept this, and there is hardly any morbidity. So your patient is NBM just for 4 hours. After that, patient is moving around, taking normal diet. And we
Now
keep
there is
the
only a,
yes.
yeah. You keep the catheter how long?
We keep catheter for minimum 2 weeks. Minimum 2 weeks, and if the
Okay.
fistula is very small, then we do not keep SPC.
Pardon? If the fistula is
No
very
SPC.
small?
No SPC.
Okay. And then how you put the SPC?
Trocar, if it is required.
Okay. Now I will just say little different what Somaraj used to do. You know, he has got his own instrument, which is like a mixer, but it is like, you know, very sharp end. So he passes it like a dilator per urethra, and it brings out on anterior abdominal wall. So it will pierce it and it will come out. Then he will open it. He will take the Foley's catheter, 14 or 16 French, and pull it back into the bladder and from the urethra. Okay. And then he will little inflate the balloon, again put it back into the bladder, and then inflate 5 to 7 cc. This is how he does suprapubic catheterization before starting his surgery. Remaining steps, what you are saying, exactly that he does it. Fine.
Sir, post-op advice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Post-op advice क्या देंगे बोलो?
Avoid strenuous activity for at least 4 weeks.
Avoid sexual intercourse for 3 months.
For 3 months. And patient is in a childbearing age group. Avoid pregnancy for 1 year.
यार उसका hysterectomy हो गया ना?
Yes, sir. In childbearing age group, yeah, not this patient.
If the fistula is not related to the hysterectomy, and
yes,
if the uterus is already there, then whatever you advise is giving is correct.
Yes,
okay, so no pregnancy for 1 year. Yes. If the fistula you are repaired with uterus in situ in that particular situation, that advice is correct.
Yes.
And if at all pregnancy happens, there should be yes. So this remaining part, I feel ki small size fistula. What are the indication of conservative fistula? Conservative treatment for vesicovaginal fistula. Indication.
Fistula less than 5 mm. Fistula in a non-dependent part, supratrigonal, oblique course.
After placing the catheter, if the leakage is decreasing,
yes,
one. Another is size is less than 5. Another is fistula should be within the 3 weeks of the primary cause.
And no complicating factors.
Another is long and narrow tract and uncomplicated fistula.
Yes.
So these are the indications for conservative treatment. In conservative treatment, what are the ways of treating the fistula by conservative method? Is continuous bladder drainage and anticholinergic, continuous bladder drainage and fulguration, continuous bladder drainage and laser welding with Nd:YAG laser. These are the ways of doing the conservative treatment. So if fistula is less than 5 or 3 to 5 millimeter, in such situation, you can do catheterization and fulguration plus minus anticholinergic. If fistula is repaired, fistula is healed, how will you assess this patient? So you have to reassess after 30 days, 1 month, by doing a scopy and by doing the various tests. If it is healed, no problem. If it is not healed, additional 3 weeks. And after that also, if it is not healed, then we have to go for surgery. Okay, if the fistula is more than 5 mm, immediately.
Okay.
Fibrin glue plus continuous bladder drainage. That also 1 to 4 week trial can be given. That is one of the way of doing the conservative treatment. I have forgotten.
Platelet-rich plasma also is there.
Iodine glue, platelet plasma, laser welding, fulguration, and continuous bladder drainage with anticholinergic. These are the ways of doing the conjugated treatment.
Yes.
Okay. Any other thing, sir? Add करना है तो?
No, I think you have completed. Hiren, you want to say anything?
No, sir. I think
Only,
most of the discussion has gone up very well, including
only,
all the surgical techniques covered very well.
Only for timing of the fistula, if it is a post-obstetric, 6 month waiting period usually acceptable timing है. 3 month के बाद usually लोग करते हैं, लेकिन 6 month बोला तो गलत नहीं है. Post radiation fistula, you have to wait for years together. Sometimes 12 months, 18 months. Okay, तो वो 6 month या 3 month में होगा नहीं. तो post radiation अगर है तो usually it is 12 month timing बोलना है. Obstetric fistula का जो typical cause है obstructed labor, the mechanism of having a fistula वो आपको आना चाहिए. What is the mechanism of fistula in obstructed second part of the labor? उसका भी reason आपको पता रहना चाहिए. और मुझे लगता है ये सब Isup syndrome का diagnosis, what is by Isup syndrome, what is by vasa-uterine fistula, how it will present, cyclical hematuria, diagnosis, उसका treatment, वो भी आपको शॉर्ट में अगर एग्जाम में पूछना चाहता है तो पूछ सकता है, तो वो भी आपको पता रहे.
बाकी तो सब कवर हो गया है. एक चीज कभी कभी कवर कर सकते हैं इसमें. समटाइम्स दे कैन आस्क यू which hysterectomy gives more incidence of fistula, whether abdominal, vaginal or laparoscopic. So usually
abdominal,
abdominal hysterectomy has a higher risk of vasicogenesis.
Another thing I have forgotten is the classification of the fistula. The simple fistula, complex fistula, classification as per the size of the fistula, and again complex fistula is divided into 1 and 2. 2 is again divided into A, B, C, involving the total urethra, involving the partial urethra, and miscellaneous fistula. ये क्लासिफिकेशन 2-3 क्लासिफिकेशन है, उतना एक बार गो थ्रू कर दो एक बुक में से, जो भी साइज के हिसाब से, या सिंपल फिस्टुला का क्या क्या है, व्हाट इन बाय सिंपल फिस्टुला, व्हाट इन बाय कॉम्प्लेक्स फिस्टुला, वो भी उसका आपको आना चाहिए.
And another question is, what are the precipitating or what are the causes of fistula? Which are the
and
conditions? One more
question is, what are the causes of recurrence of fistula? वो भी 3-4 चीजें है, वो भी आपको बताने को आना चाहिए, तो वो भी एक बार पढ़ लेना, क्योंकि अभी टाइम 11 बज गए. सब बता सकता हूँ लेकिन उसको टाइम लगे.
करेक्ट.
अब नेक्स्ट क्लास के बिफोर मुझे लगता है मुड़ावकर सर आप वीडियो डाल दीजिए, हमको भी देखने का चांस मिल जाएगा.
बिल्कुल डालूंगा.
एनीथिंग, एनी क्वेश्चंस, एनी स्टूडेंट वांट टू आस्क? हमको अगर आता है तो आप भी बताएंगे, नहीं आता है तो पढ़ के बताएंगे.
Is any chat box में any question रह गया है भाई प्रशांत? Anything is? Okay.
तो नहीं रहा.
Fine. Okay then. Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you.